Hello, is this thing on? Testing 1 2. And it's been a while. It's been a really long time since I've been able to do this. I finally got my OBS working. We can kind of talk about that as we go through. But I wanted to put this video together for a really long time. I've wanted to do this for maybe 5 or 6 months now. But there's always been something that comes up, and it ends up just being an excuse, right? So I guess today's the day. So hi, it's good to see you guys. Welcome back. Thank you so much for those of you who've been here, and those of you who have given me any of your time before. I just want to say that I miss you guys. I really do. I've been gone for a long time. I ended my stream streak at 1,236 days sometime in like March-ish, right before I had surgery, which was the primary reason for me ending my streak, actually. But on top of that, I felt like I needed to breathe. I feel like I had been suffocating myself by forcing myself to stream every day, by forcing myself to play Summoner's War when I was slowly falling out of love with it, to force myself to do Siege when I knew that at the end of the day, my main motivations for doing Siege had been long gone, right? I'd joined all these guilds. I'd been in such a high competitive level because I wanted to play the game with my friends. And by the time every tournament came around, all of my friends that I'd wanted to play with had either quit or left the guild. So it just felt so demoralizing and draining. And I guess I really just forced myself to do it when I knew deep down that it wasn't what I wanted. It definitely led to a lot of like failures and a lot of like, wow, I don't feel like I'm good enough at the game, or like good enough in the community, or just good enough in general, maybe even just for myself. So that, on top of post-operation complications, led to like a lot of depression and a lot of doomering over the game, doomering over my life and all that stuff. But since then, I've been working on myself a lot. So I've worked on my health. Things have been a lot better. It doesn't look like there's going to be any issues for surgeries in the future or anything like that. It is a condition I have that is going to stick with me for the rest of my life. For those of you who are interested in like understanding what it is, if you want to look it up, it's called HS, also known as hidradenitis suppurativa. A little unfortunate. It is hereditary. It is completely it's something I will live with for the rest of my life, and it's not something that I can exactly take lightly, but I've learned how to live better with it and how to manage life better. I've also been spending a lot of time with my family. My grandparents have not been doing so well over the last couple of years. As many of you know from my stream Discord, I talk about life updates and stuff sometimes, and they're getting older. It's getting a lot harder, so I really wanted to spend a lot of time with them this year, and I feel like I have. So I feel like I've created that bond with them, and it'll last, and hopefully they'll be content that if something should happen when they pass, etc., that they'll feel like we cared about them and we loved them. Because as much as we do, or I mean, I say we, I mean me and my sister, like as much as we do, we don't always show it, and I feel very guilty over that for the last couple of years. So I really wanted to clear my conscience of that. The last thing I've really been working on is I've been playing a lot of other games. I've been rekindling my love for other games. I've had the opportunity to play MapleStory, connect with some old friends, make a lot of new friends, create and develop an entirely new community over there, which you can ask me about on stream or in my Discord if you want. But being able to, pick up a single player game and play it and fall in love with it and not feel guilty that I'm not streaming it, or not feel guilty like, oh, I shouldn't play this because it would be such a good stream game, or I should make a YouTube series, like any of those things. Being able to play a game and enjoy it for what it is something that I lost years and years ago, and I'm so grateful to even have a shred of that back, right? My job in this industry seems like the most wonderful thing in the world, being able to play video games for a living, but when you turn your hobbies into your career or your job or anything like that, the parameters of it all change, and it really skews your mindset on a lot of things, and it makes you appreciate things differently, appreciate things less in some cases, and in some cases you begin to altogether hate certain things. I couldn't play a game without the consistent guilt looming over my head of, oh, I should stream this because there'd be people who want to watch. And then if I didn't really enjoy the game that much, I felt even more guilty that I wasn't providing good content, and then I had to keep streaming it and like force myself to like it more. So those were things that were really hard for me over the last couple of years. But I think now that I've taken a break from streaming and I've kind of done a little bit more maturing and a bit of exploration into the things that I like and the things that I value, I really have a better understanding of what I want in life. And to be honest, I just want to have fun. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy life. I want to bring happiness to other people, but I don't want to do it at the expense of myself. So there's going to be a lot of changes to things going forward between my YouTube and my Twitch, but mainly on Twitch. So the first thing with Summoner's War is that I'm no longer going to be super competitive, right? I really don't spend in the game. I have no interest in pushing for like Guardian 3 in any content, whether it's Siege or RTA. I plan to have fun. I'd like to be able to make videos of content that you guys want to see. I want to try different things. You know, some people will be like, oh, can you make like these styles of teams and see how it goes? Sure, I'd be happy to do that, right? Stuff like that is what I'm looking to do from now on. I want to focus more on content that challenges me in a way that is not just trying to be literally the best at the game, right? There are tons of other challenges in the game. There are tons of other things that can be fun and enjoyable. There's a lot of creative outlet available in this game, even if it does seem really rigid. And I want to explore that. So if you guys have any suggestions on things you want to see, feel free to leave any comments below. I'm going to read through all of them. You guys know I love reading through your comments. I respond to as many as I can. I'm just excited to be back, right? I want to give myself this strong starting motivator so that I don't get shy and back away from doing this again. Another thing is that when it comes to my stream, so I will not be streaming every single day again. I could never do that to myself after the first time because it was just such a, it was such a grueling experience, and it really pulled away from years of my life. It changed the way that I approached having friends. It changed the way that I approached to living my life, my family, scheduling. And it was really bad. It was really, really toxic to the point where even now I'm still struggling to rekindle some friendships that I have. And sometimes my family just doesn't even invite me to stuff anymore because they just assume that I'm going to be busy. So working on those things have been really tough. When it comes to streaming, I'm going to be streaming pretty much whatever I want, whatever games I feel like playing. If it's MapleStory because I'm progging bosses, if it's a single player game that I just enjoy the story of. And if you don't like it, you have no obligation to come watch it, right? If you want to come hang out with me, with the community, I'd be happy to have you there. So don't feel guilty that you're not watching the stream, and please don't try to make me feel guilty for not streaming Summoner's War. I would really appreciate if you guys could do that for me. So to get back to the YouTube stuff, what I want to start with is I want to start with maybe 2 videos a week, less competitive stuff, more interesting content, whether it's educational or just content that's just for fun. I'm going to try to do that. So I'll commit to that starting maybe next week when I get some topics and I have some time to record. And other than that, the only thing I can really say is that for those of you who stayed through all these years, through all these times, no matter how long or short the time was, I really appreciate you more than you will ever know. You're the reason that I continue to keep doing this. And I genuinely do say this from the bottom of my heart, but I really, really am thankful of you guys. And a message to those who have left, I also completely understand moving on, right? I hope that in your journeys and your time and your exploration for new content or for yourself or whatever it is, you found those great things you were looking for, that you found that light at the end of the tunnel or whatever it is. And if you want to come back and you want to be a part of our community, we'd be happy to have you, right? I'm never going to be upset that you left to go watch some of their streams, you stopped playing the game or anything like that. I'm just happy that all of us can share these experiences together. So thank you guys so much for letting me have this outlet. And I really hope to bring great things to you guys in 2024. All right. Peace, guys.